Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project on a Monday morning. Yes, after a week off on vacation, I am back and just pulled into the office here. We have a install waiting. Looks like a Ranger 1500. So we'll be doing that. Jacob will be doing that install today. And then looks like the U-Force 10 Pro, the CF Moto 10 Pro, is underway too for development of the turn signals and all that stuff. So pretty cool stuff happening here. So I'll be back in the office today, getting back into the swing of things. But first, welcome to the Moose Minute Project. Truly appreciate it. And titled, How Long on the Ice? Yeah. So we got out on the ice Sunday with RLK guide service. Through JR's Access up on Upper Red Lake. Got out there Sunday, and it was windy, blowing, cold, nasty when we got on. Had a break during the time there with the wind and the blow and the snow. Not a whole lot of snow. So they were lucky to bank the houses as much as they did. Thursday when we go to leave, high winds, fresh powdered snow, whiteout conditions got us off the lake. We were on the ice, so Sunday through Thursday. The only time we went off was in to clean our fish and then have them for a fish fry at JR's Access. And so you don't leave the ice. You just stay on and fish. That's what we did. And so what takes place during those times? The good thing is no political talk was really had. We talked about, there was some somber moments. Some of us talked about the hardships we've gone through, the things we've gone through, childhood, all that stuff. But there were plenty of laughs too. We had plenty of laughs. And so that's what happens. You talk about good things, talk about bad things. It's just time to get to know each other a little bit better and then fish and hope you catch. And we did. We caught some great fish. Anywhere from 14 to 26 and a half in the walleye section. Caught some great jumbos, jumbo perch as well. And then caught a northern in there too. And it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. So, then you come back after a week off of that and you start to get bombarded by political crap again and political angles and political just junk. And I want to go back already. In which, thankfully, January 11th through the 16th of 2026, the group of us will be back on Upper Red Lake. Fishing again with RLK guide service. So if you are looking for a place to go, check them out. Ice castles and glaciers for great fish houses. There's some of me that I miss the old style shacks with the hardwood bunks kind of thing of just a big square shack. And part of me misses that. Because then you're listening to an old-time radio and just having a good day. With the new ice castles and the glaciers, there's a TV in it and a little more comfort. Boy, as you can tell, I'm not off of vacation mode yet. But so some of it is a little bit, but the amenities of an ice castle or a glacier can't be beat. And so we're scheduled again to go through Thad and Noah and all of those guys. So we're going back up in January of 2026. And they donated also to my mom's event, which is truly unbelievable that they did that for me. And a $500 gift certificate. Truly honored to have met those guys. And hopefully we've made a long time annual trip up to Upper Red, and may things not change where, it stays where it is, and we'll see what happens there. The thing with Minnesota that you find is there's a lot of reservations, and the discussions of who gets what back, who should have what back, and dealing with the discrepancies between reservations and government to whatever it may be, and who belongs to who, So, but as of right now, January 11th through the 16th, I will be reporting from Upper Red Lake. And I said I will be because I'm going to continue to do the Moose Minute. It's in honor of my mom, and that's how I'm doing that. And it's for me to keep my mind and everything else going here from my stroke. So with that said, we'll be there. But yeah, we eat good. There's an oven in there. There's a stove top. So we had, barbecued chicken one day. And then that one day we had, fish fry at the access, and sandwiches to eat, and smoked ring bologna, smoked candy salmon. It was, yeah, we don't go from not having. The one thing I have noticed is before, when I was younger and go on these trips, I would have to maybe have packed 2 cases of beer for a trip like that going north. This time I took 1 case and brought beer home with me. Signs of aging, I think. Or just not wanting to feel like crap. Because whether I drink 2 cans or 12 cans, I feel the same. But you go to bed and put the rattle reels down, and then you're fishing the rest of the day. We were up by 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, fishing hard the whole time. And that's what it took this time. The bite was not off the charts by any means. They were not flying through the holes. And then, of course, what's the odd part is that we had our rattle reels down and everything else. Same as my son's shack, which was about 300 yards away. The last night there, when the storm moved in, I caught a 19-incher early, and then the rest of the night, we had one rattle reel go off, and they had 8, and they caught 8. 8 walleyes, that's pretty cool, because they were pretty downtrodden. We sat at our flashers, and we jigged and dead sticks, and a lot of the action came in on basically dead sticks. You were just jigging when you saw marks on the flasher, jig a little bit to entice them, but once you'd wiggled that a little bit, they went back down to the bottom again. Had a Markham camera out, which was cool. At least we knew there was fish there. So that was cool. But then for them to have eight rattle reels go off the last night we were there, it's just how fishing goes. And we're literally 300 yards apart, So, and it's really funny how it goes in a shack when you're one hole is 16 feet from the other, and that guy's pounding them, and I was 3 feet from him on the other side, and I caught 2 to his, 6 or 8. So it's just interesting. We were all running different colors. White plain hooks were the big one when we were up there. Or white and pink kind of jigs, kind of spoons, kind of things that way too, but they were smaller. Unfortunately, JR's Access did not have any real big rainbows. It was more crappie minnow size, and I think that affected us a little bit. So we'll make sure we correct that on our next trip up. But for spending that amount of time on ice, it's just nice not to have all the garbage talk of all the political BS. It was 4 guys that, we haven't all hung out together ever, really. So to be 4 days confined to a 4-person ice house, it was nice just to talk and laugh and talk about the past, but then also talk about some hardships we've all gone through, and how we've survived some of that, and how we lived through a lot of it, and how our childhoods were. And, it's pretty cool. And so if you're headed up to RLK Guide Service, make sure you talk to Thad. And I got reconnected through their guide service with a buddy I sold a pontoon to, oh boy, long time ago now. But they're going up, and they're fishing too. I told Thad to throw a dead minnow in their ice house for a little bit before they get up there. So, you know, that's where we're at. So I'm hoping that life for everybody gets better, that you live the life that you want, and you're looking forward to the great things to come. If you're not looking to improve yourself or looking for better things, what are you up to? You know, you got to make that chance. You know, I think I look at those young guys working the lake up there for Thad, and they're on the ice 24/7, and they're busting their ass to do it, but I think they're doing something they love to do, and that's pretty cool. You know, to be able to do that. Is it easy work by any means? Hell no. I wouldn't be able to do it these days. Back then I might have been able to think about it, but that would have been 26 years ago. And that would have been a little different for me. However, I probably couldn't have convinced my ex-wife now to have done that with Isaac. He'd have been 2, you know, or he wouldn't have been born yet by then. So 26 years, yeah, he's 24 now. So, you know, it's a lot of hard work, but they are living what they want to do, and that is pretty cool. So if you're headed up there, make sure you take the essentials. You got everything you need, because with weather, you never know. Make sure you got plenty of the snacks, plenty of the food, and things to go on, because, like I said, we had to bust our ass. We literally fished nonstop, minus beer drinking, which we can do. Us Wisconsin boys can do that. We can do both. We can drink and fish at the same time, and that was proven. Our house had pretty good success up there, and Isaac's house had good success too. So they had it, like I said, 300 yards apart, night bite for them, day bite, and some evening stuff for us. And but we are definitely going back. I got to get that locked up this week after I get everything squared back here and take care of all the other bills collected from going up and back. But we are pumped to go back through RLK because of the expertise, the hospitality, willingness to do whatever it could take to put us on fish. You don't find that many times anymore. You find a lot of guide services that just throw you in a shack, say, here you go, wish you the best, and take care. And it's like, oh, okay. And they swing in twice a day. It is, by far, the best guide service that a lot of us have gone through. And we talked about that quite a bit, too, on just how good it was of being treated that way. Next year, I'm hoping to bring my 82-year-old dad with. So far, he's got it wrote on the calendar. We're not talking about it much, because every time we get pumped up about it, something happens where he can't go. So we are hoping he will be the old man of the shack up there this coming year in 2026. He says, Chris, it may be my last one. My goal is to have him fish till he can't fish no more, and we'll get him out there. So 82 years old next year, and it'll be good. It's going to be a good time. So we'll make sure we get, if it, by chance he can't go, we're going still like we did this year, because of the treatment. You will get me back 100%, and you will get me to promote anybody and everybody that takes care of people that way 100%. So there you have it. So we'll get back to something different tomorrow on the Moose Minute Project, but I wanted to wrap up basically what took place up Upper Red over the weekend. It was a great week off. It was a great time. Yeah, the weather leaving sucked balls. There's no other word about it. But them guys had to continue working in it and continue to get houses ready. No, thank you. No, absolutely not. So they deserved every dollar they got. Plus, and also remember, here's one key thing to remember. If you're going to go up to a place like that, yes, you're paying for the house. You're paying for the rental of that. But don't forget to tip the guys working the ice. Thad doesn't take any of that. Noah doesn't take any of that. The guys that are filling your generators, checking in on you, don't forget to tip those guys. Those guys deserve it. They're on call 24/7, 7 days a week, all the way up until February here at the end of the walleye season. So just because you're paying a chunk of change for that ice house, don't forget to tip the guys that are busting their butts doing that. I brought a little liquid warmth for them for when they're done working the ice for the day. They could have a little sip of something there that warms them up, and that was part of the tip. But then also we did a monetary tip too, because they took so good care of us, and those guys deserve it. So there's to have it. Take time today to bless somebody as well if you can. It is truly appreciated that by anybody. If you know somebody struggling, you know anything along those lines, just take time to bless them. It's a good thing. It feels good. It's not about rewards or not. We need to get back to taking care of each other and walking beside each other. If somebody needs a hand, reach out and grab them, help them along. Don't walk in front of them. Walk along them. So have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project.